Pennsylvania's public and school employee pension systems are underfunded and threaten to bust future state and local budgets. Here to discuss the problem and a potential solution is State Representative Mike Tobash. Representative, welcome to the program.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
Doing well. First of all, can you help us out by just framing the problem for us, giving a little overview of what the problem actually is?
Well, you kind of hit the nail on the head. We're underfunded. We're massively underfunded, and it's almost incomprehensible. We're about $47.5 billion underfunded in the two systems, SERS and PSERS, number one. Then number two, along with that goes the employer contribution. Because it's a defined benefit plan, it's going through the roof. I mean, we've got required payments that are increasing rapidly over the next number of years. The schedule that we're on right now has our increase in total employer contribution going from about $3.4 billion to about $6.6 billion over the next 3 or 4 year period.
Just to be clear, the employer in this case, for the state employees, the employer is the Commonwealth, and in the case of the teachers, it's the school districts?
Well, it's a mix. It's the Commonwealth for people in the SERS system, the State Employees Retirement System, and it's a mix between the Commonwealth, 56%, and about 44% for the school districts. Okay. So, I mean, it's a taxpayer problem. Yeah. There's no question about it.
Now, can you frame your solution and the plan that you have?
Yeah, we've come up with, through my work with the Public Employees Retirement Commission, there's work with the administration, my colleagues in the House, some colleagues in the Senate, we've come up with a plan that's a hybrid pension plan. So it's a mix between our current traditional pension plan and a 401k type plan, which most people are familiar with.
Now, what's the reason that we can't just stick with the status quo and just keep going the way we're going?
Well, I mean, look, we just talked about the massive underfunding and the huge increase in employer contributions. What we need to do is we need to reduce costs. So we have got a plan that we've developed here that reduces costs. It's been looked at by 4 actuarial firms. The Public Employees Retirement Commission most recently hired a firm to take a look at the work that the other firms have done. And we can save somewhere between $15 and $11 billion over the 30-year projection period. And that's a serious amount of money, but we need to do it because we're so drastically in debt.
Now, with those employees already in the system that are currently working and also retirees, does it affect their benefits?
Look, I mean, the plan is designed not to touch current employee benefits. I mean, the fact of the matter is that there's case law on impairing a current contract. There's people in the system right now that have deferred their compensation, and we're trying to rescue the benefits that they've earned. And we're doing that through this new system, this system that would affect new employees coming into the Commonwealth.
And how severe is this problem? I mean, is it truly dire straits here that we're in?
You know, I have this discussion with people all the time, and it's I guess it's tough for people to measure because as you're driving down the street, you know, it's not a pothole that you're hitting, it's not another service that's being cut. But I can tell you that the long-term financial implications to the Commonwealth are devastating. If you listen to the rating agencies, Standard & Poor's and Moody's, you'll quickly understand that our pension debt is the #1 financial hold in our financial statements. I mean, we've got a major problem here. We need to react to it.
And finally, kind of along those lines, how is the taxpayer and the average citizen who's not a part of these pension plans, how are they affected if we continue? And how would they be affected if your plan would be implemented?
Well, so we have to understand this, okay? So we've got this massive debt within the system, and we have a defined benefit pension plan. So the employer, the Commonwealth, the taxpayer is on the hook for these payments, okay? I mean, my plan does a number of things, and one of the first things it does is it reduces costs moving forward. So we want to make sure that we can develop some savings. And then number 2, there's some shift of risk. From the taxpayer, from the Commonwealth, over to new employees coming into the system. And it's not unreasonable. I mean, that's really what the private sector has moved to. Everyone's familiar with 401ks. That's not the pension plan that we have within state government right now, but it's something that's reasonable. It's something we should move to. And there's some benefits to that.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to detail that for all of us.
Thank you, Lori.
Sure. And if you have comments or questions about this or any other legislative topic, the contact information for Representative Tobash will be on the screen in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us.